My name is Rena Kornblum. I live in Madison, Wisconsin. I hold two jobs. One is as a senior lecturer at the University of Wisconsin-Madison, where I coordinate an undergraduate certificate in introductory studies in dance movement therapy. I am the executive director of Hancock Center for Dance Movement Therapy, which is a center specifically for dance movement therapy. I have several credentials. The first is MCAT, which is a Master's in Creative Arts and Therapy from Drexel University. I'm also a BCDMT, which is a board-certified dance movement therapist, and that's a national certification. And I also have state licensure. We're one of the only states in the country that license creative arts therapists to practice psychotherapy through the creative arts. And that's a DTRL, Dance Therapy Registered and Licensed. The program I developed is called Disarming the Playground, Violence Prevention Through Movement. And it's a violence prevention program based on teaching pro-social skills to children. And from my work, I was invited to work with a class of children that were very angry. The gym teacher asked me if I could come and work with this class, that she couldn't get them to do anything because they were so angry. So I came in and I worked with the children on spatial awareness, on self-settling skills, on ignoring skills, among other things. And one of the things I discovered through an ignoring activity was that some of the children that were bullies or were acting out or had poor impulse control hit the children who were ignoring. And that started us on a whole discussion of when is it safe to ignore? And how do you know when it's not safe? And I went away, that was kind of my inspiration. That was like the moment when it struck me that there are body skills, there are things that happen in our bodies that help us prevent abuse or prevent bullying or violence. So one is spatial awareness and what kind of space we need and how do we allow space for other people. And I'm going to be tangential for a moment. One of the things that we've discovered culturally, a lot of the children I work with come from Mexico, and their personal space is very small. And it can make some of the children that were born and bred in Wisconsin that tend to have a larger space bubble uncomfortable. We discovered that instead of direct face-to-face contact, if the children who start to get uncomfortable turn slightly, maybe at a 45-degree angle, it opens the space, allows for closeness, but also allows the person who doesn't want to be as close a sense of openness in the front of their body. And it's a way that children and adults and children have discovered they can allow different amounts of space to happen. So body awareness is a key component in the violence prevention program. You have to have body awareness to play with space. How do I read when I'm getting too close to you? Maybe you pull back a little bit, maybe you turn slightly. What are the body cues that tell me, whoops, I'm making this person uncomfortable, let me give them a little more space? What are the body cues that tell me I'm getting agitated? If I'm going to use self-control and not hurt somebody else, I need to know what it feels like as I'm starting to get agitated so I can calm down. The second one is self-regulation, which has to do with the ability to self-settle or to activate yourself when you need to. And self-regulation is important in body awareness because if you get too excited, you lose control. If you're too lethargic, you can't get things done. It allows you to become aware of your body and where it is, how excited it is, how calm it is, and what's the best energy level for what you need to do for the task at hand. So when I'm working on self-regulation, one of the first things I like children to do is to become aware of what does it feel like to be calm, to be a little bit energized, and to have high energy. And with high energy, what's the difference between high energy that's in control and high energy that's out of control? So I may have children get up and the whole class moves around in low energy. And we explore, what does that feel like? in your body? Where do you feel calm? What's the tempo that you're taking? And then we explore, what is it like to move it up just a little bit so you're now in a medium energy? And what's that like? And we move around and we look and we talk about what it feels like. And then we sit back down and I have small groups of children get up to move in high energy because I don't want colliding to happen. And I'll ask them, what should I see? If I'm going to decide whether you're high energy in control or high energy out of control, what should I see? So some of the things I'm looking for are not crashing into each other, not falling down, the ability to stop right away if you need to stop, the ability to change directions quickly. And so then I have the children try out moving in high energy, being in control. And then they sit down and we look at, how did that feel? Were you in control? Was anybody in that group out of control? From there, we look at, so now you've been in high energy, how do we get you calm enough to sit back in the circle or to go back to class and be able to do what you need to do in class? So one of the techniques that I developed is called the 4 B's of self-settling. And the 4 B's are based on the neurophysiology of the relaxation or the stress response. So the first B is called breaks. And it's basically when you're agitated, your energy's going out. When you're getting higher your energy, the more the energy's coming out here. So we grab, basically with young children especially, I talk about grabbing the energy, bringing it in here and squeezing it. You'll note that my fingers are not intertwined. So what I'm really pushing is the heels of my hand together, and we push hard enough so that you feel it not just in your hands, not just in your arms, but that it goes into your chest. That's breaks. So the first B is breaks. The second B is breathing. And I teach the children abdominal breathing. Breathing in every form of relaxation, abdominal breathing is one of the keys. With young children, I'll have them bring their arms up because it opens the lungs and allows them to breathe more fully. So we'll take 3 calm breaths. The third B is brains. And through brains, I introduce the concept of self-talk. And self-talk is really important in violence prevention. The messages that we give ourselves can allow ourselves to get calm or can allow ourselves to get more agitated or more angry. We're using this now as part of a calming technique, and the movement I have for brains is now we link our fingers, we rest them on our head. We're not pressing on our head, but the weight of our hands are on our head. We take a deep breath in, close our eyes, and as we breathe out, we say inside our head to ourselves, I am calm. And I'll usually have the children do that twice. Hands resting on the head in and of itself is calming. It's physiologically calming. It's gentle pressure. Children with ADHD, head pressure can really help settle them. So when we're using self-talk and we're doing a calming gesture at the same time, it kind of has double power. Then the fourth B is body, and we put our hands in the center of our body. It's a centering activity. We feel our body calm and quiet. So we have breaks, breathing, brains, and body. To do it properly, it takes about 1 minute, but once you do it, you can be calm for several hours. And teachers love it because they can have an entire class get calm and do a lesson. So they can do something exciting with their class and then get the entire class calm and be able to do what they need to do. Kids love it because it works. If you do it properly, it will get you calm because it's based on the physiology of the stress response and the relaxation response. So it will get you calm. And so they feel empowered. They have a tool. If they're getting mad or they're getting upset or they're getting just too wild and they know they need to get calm, they know how to do that. I have parents stop me on the street. I send home parent letters with a handout with pictures and describing the 4 B's to the parents. And it might be 5 years since I've worked with their children, and they say, we still have the 4 B's up on our refrigerator. We still do it as a family when we need to.